The Vikings and Bills next. And um, what are your takeaways from this game? What do you think about right away?
I think about 2 teams I don't trust. I think about the Bills every time I pick them, they've lost, and I think about the Vikings as a team that's been in a lot of one possession games this year and won a lot of one possession games, and I like the Vikings on the run Buffalo. I really think they can pull it off. I think they just went to Washington. It's not a far ride over to Buffalo, New York, and I think they can get it done. I think Justin Jefferson versus Stephon Diggs. It's kind of a little bit of a beef there with those two receivers because Justin Jefferson's the hot new toy that the Minnesota Vikings brought in to replace you, and that's why they were able to trade you to Buffalo. Stephon Diggs wants to stick it to his old franchise. And then Kirk Cousins just wants to keep playing football in this game. Is it at 1 o'clock?
Hmm.
Who's the MVP at 1 o'clock? Kirk Cousins. And there's one man in sports I do not bet against at 1 o'clock, and that's Kirk Cousins. Hasn't lost a game this year. The only game he lost was in prime time on Monday night, and that was versus the Philadelphia Eagles, who have not lost another game. I'd say that's pretty good this year. Bills coming off a close-ish moral victory win for the Packers where they didn't get humiliated by the Bills at home, and then the Bills just struggled versus the Jets, so I think the Bills are in a little bit of a funk right now where Kirk Cousins is riding a high where he had one of the most iconic moments in his career on a plane, not even on a football field, and I think that momentum continues.
This is where you're wrong. The Bills, they had a tough loss against the Jets, but it was also the annual Josh Allen just not knowing how to play football game. And just like he had against the Jags last year, where we're like, what are we watching? What are we watching with with Josh Allen? Where he goes back not just from high school, but back to Pop Warner, where he just cannot play football. The Vikings, I like their story. I like that they can win in close games. But that being said, I think the Bills, top to bottom, roster wise, more talented. And I also think that coming off of a loss against the Jets, they're going to be wanting to prove themselves. I don't think they can afford to lose another game, especially with the Dolphins fresh on their corner. So I have the Bills winning. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I definitely think it's going to be close. But I do have the Bills winning this game. I have it going 27-24